Hi friends, oh gosh, hello. It has been a while, but we are going to fix that. Welcome to the first ever video from this room that I have yet to decorate or fully soundproof. We are also gonna get around to that eventually. I'm gonna put some stuff on this wall probably, or maybe I'll just leave it completely blank. I don't know, it feels kind of like an asylum or something. If you have any design ideas here, do let me know. But today I wanted to go ahead and shove this video out and talk about the past, present, and future of this channel and why the heck it's not dead yet. Because with season 2 of Josh Money in the books, I think it's time for a shift, and I want your opinion on it. Yes, precisely you. I want your opinion. If you are watching this, I want your opinion on these things. We will cover the topics in this order. Number 1, Ben Jordan responded to my beef, and his response, which I'm going to show you in its entirety, is certainly revealing enough to be video worthy, but should I even bother making a video about it? Or is that just kind of a waste of time when I could be teaching you stuff instead? Number 2, are shorts even worth making, or am I just driving myself crazy posting dozens of videos on 5 different platforms for essentially no purpose? Oh my golly. Number 3, season 2's motto was testing the format, and we made all kinds of weird stuff. So what, pray tell, did we learn? And number 4, based on those learnings, what kind of stuff are we gonna make next, pray also tell? And number 5, the question a lot of people might be asking, as I have often asked myself, if this channel still has yet to make a single cent to sustain me, which it hasn't, then why isn't it dead yet? Actually, that one's not really a question because I kind of have the answer to it already. I'm just going to tell you what the answer is. I had a little bit of an epiphany, like an actual kind of epiphany, which is really interesting, and I think maybe other people can learn something from it. Anyway, hopefully that made sense. Let's rip it. Number 1. Okay, so hilariously, Ben Jordan responded to my beef on Blue Sky, specifically because he didn't want his response to draw any attention. He didn't want me to get any additional attention from it. So we have a lot of enlightening things here. We have the fact that his fund was actually just an investment club that was started for the purpose of sports gambling with his buddies. He didn't want to call it an investment club because that makes it sound like just a few guys gambling on certain things, but like, that's what it is. You don't just get to call it something different because you don't like the way the reality makes it sound. It's so interesting. I also requested that he send me some of this like Super Alpha Bear report, and he sent me something that he said was like a great year, which did not beat the stock market. So, you know, we hypothesized in that previous video that his Super Alpha Bear portfolio probably was not doing anything like actually getting alpha or beating the stock market, and it looks like that's definitely the case. It looks like he was underperforming basically all the time. And again, this was the best year that he had to show me apparently. So that's interesting. We also learned that he thinks short selling is called short selling because you hold the position for a short period of time, which is not the case at all. It's short in a completely different way. It's short in the sense of like, if something costs $10 and you have $9, then you're short $1. You don't have that $1. So when you short sell, you're selling without owning the share. You're short the share. So you sell without actually having the share. It has nothing to do at all with the amount of time that you have the position open. I also clarified some interesting things about his rationale, or he gives multiple completely different rationales for his timing of the buying and selling of Spotify, which is also really interesting rationale. But my point is, I feel like I could make a video about it, but like, do I want to continue talking about Ben Jordan? Like, yeah, his video has like almost 5 million views at this point, but like, does anyone care enough? I mean, like the previous video got like 1,000 views, which is, you know, good for my channel. And you guys are actually a lot to thank for that. I'll get to that in a second. But like, do I care enough to keep talking about this one guy and how silly he is? Does anyone care enough? Like, even if someone watched the video, would they care that he's misrepresenting reality to make his points? Like, does anyone actually care? I don't know. Unfortunately, the reality is there are so many people like Ben in the world, and I simply do not have enough clout to make a large scale difference yet when they already have so many followers. Like, Ben has hundreds of thousands of followers. He's probably closing on like 1 million subscribers at this point. Maybe one day I could actually make a dent in this guy's like public perception, but like, I really doubt that I can do anything these days. It kind of feels like a waste of time. So let me know what you think about that. But there's also a lot of other things that I think I learned from that Ben Jordan video that were very, very useful. For example, I learned that there is such a thing as too much information. Some of the comments gave extremely thoughtful criticisms that helped me define why it is that that video didn't work. And that helped me do the sort of like long form reaction format better for the Hank Green video, which I actually think was great. I actually really like that video. I think it's very, very informative, has a lot of useful stuff in it. But again, not that many people watched it, which brings us to the next point. I learned very, very long form videos aren't really performing significantly better than the shorter form ones, but also the really high edit videos aren't really performing any better than the very chill ones. There's been a lot of learnings. We'll get into those learnings more in a second, but for now, the point is, do you think that I should really bother making a video response to Ben's whole thing? Because like, I just don't know if I feel like it's worth the time to do. Because I already did all of the research, but it would still take a lot of editing. It would still take a lot of time. And like, honestly, I feel like it's just putting more of Ben on my channel where like, I want the vibes to be better than the vibes are going to be if I'm talking about someone misinforming the public. I think I'd rather be talking about investing or talking about Roth IRAs or talking about like some of the stuff that's actually useful to you. Because even though it's a useful skill to try and hone your misinformation detection muscle or whatever, I just don't know that I want to talk about misinformation that much. I'd rather just give information. I don't know. Let me know what you think. One more thing on this topic though. Big thanks to all of the ones of you who apparently shared that video on Reddit and made a respectful intellectual ruckus in the comments of Ben's video. I am all about a respectful intellectual ruckus, and I appreciate your support greatly. I'm not sure exactly who it was, but I know one person was apparently Penelope, so thanks Penelope. Today's MVP is Penelope. This one, I assume. So Penelope, if you're watching this video, comment down below and I'll pin your comment so everyone can comment and reply and be like, woo, huzzah, MVP and all that stuff. Moving on, number 2. Since the last time you saw me in the horizontal format, I have edited literally dozens of vertical shorts, all of which were clips from my longer videos, and I posted those on literally 5 different platforms each. There were 26 of those just for the Hank Green video, and again posted each of them on like 5 different platforms. I even learned some new editing tools to make the captions quicker and higher quality, which you may or may not have noticed, because I also finally realized that when I upload shorts on YouTube, I can uncheck a box to tell it not to send notifications to all the subscribers, because you've seen all that content before. I don't want to like bother you with 2 or 3 notifications a day of videos that you've already seen the content of. But even with this new software I have that makes it a lot easier to edit quickly, these shorts still take me so much time. Like to do 26 shorts, I could do like 2 or 3 a day, meaning it took me like 2 or 3 weeks to get all these shorts out. And they did add some subscribers and stuff like that. And like, it does kind of build a following on other platforms and get some conversations started on like Instagram and TikTok and Blue Sky and whatever. But like 2 or 3 weeks, I could have made a whole other horizontal video. I could have made something that's actually new and like actually taught you more stuff. So I'm asking myself whether the shorts are actually worth it. And I actually kind of hit a wall with these shorts recently where I was like, I cannot make more shorts. I don't want to be editing stuff that I wrote like 2 months ago. So that's a problem. And I'm pretty sure that I have a solution for it. More on that later. But for now, the question is, do you think that I should even be posting shorts? Do you watch the shorts? Do you like the shorts? Or would you just prefer to see some long form videos? Because I feel like that's what I would prefer. I like watching Vlogbrothers videos, for example, but like, I don't think I would watch shorts of those Vlogbrothers videos. I would just watch the Vlogbrothers videos, you know? Anyway, let me know what you think. And number 3, the learnings. This is a big one. As we tested the format over the past few months, I got lots of data, both on what performs well versus doesn't, and also what I myself like making versus what I don't. The first thing is that long videos over an hour aren't necessarily performing better than shorter ones. And also they take just like an absolutely crazy amount of time to research and write and edit. So we probably won't be doing those very often going forward. And the reason I was wondering if those performed better, of course, is because the most viewed video by far on this channel right now is one that's like an hour and a half long. So I wanted to see if it was doing better, partly because it was long, but after we've now posted a 90-minute video with Ben Jordan and then another, I think about 70-minute video with Hank Green, and those didn't necessarily perform better, I think we can probably conclude that we don't need to make videos that are that long. If you were super into the longer ones, I'm sorry, but I might still release some compilation videos when I make a string of related videos every once in a while, which, relatedly, about the fabled everything you need to know about money video, as our friend T-Sauna very sagely commented in one of the community posts I made, there is literally no disadvantage to making shorter videos and then combining them into a larger one later. You get the best of both worlds. So a sort of chopped up version of that video will probably be better. There's like 6 or 7 concepts in that video, and I'll just make one video about each of those concepts. I just have to kind of reconfigure the script so that that makes sense, because right now it's sort of written as a one cohesive narrative all the way through. I just got to chop it up and then serve you the pieces. But the big point that I'm trying to get across here is that the Everything You Need to Know About Money series is definitely still coming eventually. I have so many other ideas that I also want to make. I need to focus. Another thing, scripting takes forever. I was kind of focused on the editing part, and editing definitely still does take forever, but scripting, like the pre-production process before I even sit down to do one of these, that takes forever too. And often by the time I'm finished scripting, I have already gotten more excited about something totally different. No, I am not diagnosed, meaning that the length of the scripting process is maybe just as much of a barrier to my output as the video editing is. And furthermore, as I've kind of already hinted at a couple of times, less editing didn't necessarily mean fewer views on the video, which I think is notable as heck. And we're going to come right back to all of this in number 4. What are we doing next? If season 2 was test the format, season 3 is test even more formats, but this time with more data. I'm going to try to post horizontal videos much more often, meaning horizontal like the one you're watching right now. And I'm going to try to post them more consistently, and I have reasons for this. The first one is that it's going to feel probably, I think, more like a dialogue with you, which is what I want. I don't just want to be like someone you randomly see every month or so for like an hour and a half and then you don't see for like a whole nother month. I want to answer your comments not in writing, but in videos with a turnaround of like a day or two. I think that would be really cool and fun and make this more of like a conversation, you know? Plus, it will also let me know that I'm always answering questions that you actually want/need for me to answer. Stuff that you definitely are interested in and find useful because you asked me this question. Another thing I think this more frequent posting will do for us is make this channel feel more like a community, you know? Something you can come home from work or school and turn on, then go into the comments and see what some of your cool finance interested friends are talking about. I would love that. I want to give you that. But since creating a community is the goal, I do also have a question for you. What do you think the name should be of this community? Like, do we need a name? Because I'm thinking...
Okay, hear me out. What if we, like, shared him?
Oh my God.
Like, we could both be with him.
Oh my God, I am so down.
I've always been open to, like, a polyamorous relationship.
Me too, especially if it involved...
Moneykule? Like, the Moneykule? Oh no, now that I'm saying it out loud, it sounds kind of dumb, but let me know what you think about it. And also, what would we call the individual people in it? Like the members of the Moneykule. Would you call them like Munions? Munions? The Munions? I don't know. I don't think I'm good at this. Join my cult. And also help me name the cult. So I'm thinking I might have kind of 3 types of videos in the near future. First, video essays, kind of like what I've been making, where I script something out and then I teach it to you. Because even though scripting takes a while and I kind of want to stop doing it, I also do just have lots of really good videos already scripted out, including the Everything You Need to Know About Money video, which is really, really long. But I also have tons of other really cool videos that wouldn't even take that long to make, since they're just not that long. So I'm probably still gonna make those. I even actually just wrote another one when I couldn't sleep last night. It's another reason that I really want to start getting long form videos out faster, because I just have so many, I have so many ideas of things I wanna make. I gotta edit faster. I have to script faster. I have to do it all faster. I have to get out more horizontal videos because I have so many and they're so good. Like I want to show them to you, but I am the bottleneck. My effort is the bottleneck. My time, as always, is the limiting factor in how fast I can get these videos out. Anyway, first type of video is these video essay scripted type of things. Second type of video is comment corner, where I respond to your comments. I also think this could be a more efficient way in general for me to just respond to comments, since, as you probably know, I have so far responded to every single comment that I have ever gotten on this channel. But that does take quite a bit of time, and I often think your questions are really good, and also that the answers to the questions are very informative too. Or sometimes you just make points that I think are really good points that I maybe like should have made in the video, or it's a cool additional perspective or something like that. But most of the time, the rest of our little community here, Moneycule, probably doesn't ever even get to read those really good comments, since even if you usually do come hang out in the comments afterward when you watch one of these videos, there will still be a bunch more comments added after you watch the video, and you're never going to see those. So this will give me a way to sort of highlight all of those really good comments and give you a way to be featured in a video, and also save me some time responding in writing to every single comment. So even if I don't respond to your comments in writing in the future, do know that I am still reading absolutely all of them, and I might even screenshot your comment to reply to it in a video. And since I'm planning to make these videos, by the way, planning meaning this all can change. This is just what I think right now. I mean, you might have some really good feedback too that might make me change up what I'm thinking here. So this is just the plan for now. But since the plan is to make videos with a much quicker turnaround time, your comment might show up in a video like a day after you put it in the comment section. It's interaction. I love it, and I hope you guys like it too. So third type of video, which I may or may not do, I might call this Tales from the Scroll Hole. Basically, I react to a vertical video from Instagram or TikTok or YouTube Shorts or whatever. Importantly though, a shorter video so that my response does not become over an hour long. You guys could also send me videos on TikTok and Instagram by tagging me in the comments of those videos or just DMing them to me. So if you're ever thinking like, oh, I wonder what Josh would think of this video here. There's some interesting points in here. Or like, oh, I wonder what he would think because this is a really bad video. Then you can potentially find out. I actually think this would be awesome. And again, this could be because a video is really good or because a video is really bad, since we can learn stuff from both of those types of situations. And again, more interaction, real human well, okay, maybe not real human conversation, but like closer to it than like me just talking to you all the time. I like it when you talk back. I'm a very extroverted human, so I think it's possible that I would find interactions with you more energizing than just me interacting with a computer screen and my iPhone screen all the time. And so to achieve that rapid posting, my plan is to edit almost not at all, and even script almost not at all, to save a bunch of time in the pre-production and also a bunch of time in the post-production process. This is like really weird for me because I do know that I can edit videos like really nicely. It's just that takes a lot of time. And I also know that I can write very nicely. Like I wrote professionally in the context of neuroscience. So like I know I can write a very good script, but I need to not do that. I need to not spend time doing those two things because they're way too much of a time sink. And ultimately what I want to do is just get all the stuff in here into your brain, because that would help you. That would be good. And I don't want a bunch of scripting and a bunch of editing to muck up that process. I want to just make that as efficient as possible. And for me, at least, when I watch a Vlogbrothers video, I like it. I like Vlogbrothers, and they're barely edited at all. But that's fine, because they also always talk about interesting stuff. So like, I'm still clicking. They don't need to edit them crazy. They don't need to script them crazy. I don't know if they script their videos. I know Moist Critical, Charlie, does not script his videos, which is interesting. He's just funny like that. Will I be good at that? I have no idea, because performing stuff from a script and making stuff up as you go are kind of like completely different skills, but I think I should try, because this could mean I could get a video out maybe like every other day, maybe like twice a week, something like that, instead of once a month or once every couple of weeks. Like that's a huge difference. And also I get to just talk about stuff with most of my time instead of just spending most of my time writing scripts and editing stuff. I'd rather be talking about stuff and interacting with you and like, responding to the videos you send me and like, responding to your comments, answering your questions. Like that sounds like a lot more entertaining way for me to spend my time. And also it gets you a lot more information more quickly. So I'm feeling like this is a good idea. I don't know. Like, tell me if you think this is a good idea. I don't know. And also I have to add that for my own squishy human psychology, posting that often will let me get all pumped up about something that I want to tell you about, as I often do, and then just freaking make the thing and then edit the thing and then post the thing all while I'm still excited about it. That would be like revolutionary. That would be amazing for me. And all of that could happen before I get distracted by something else like the intellectual squirrel man that I am, theoretically. At least that's the idea. Because the reason that I have so many good scripts sitting around in my notes is that I shall admit I have a tendency to get distracted from a script basically right after I finish it. And that is no bueno. That is such a waste of time. If I actually created and posted all of the things that I've already spent a bunch of time scripting, you would have like 10 more videos from me already, like maybe 20 actually. And crucially here, I don't even abandon these scripts because they aren't good enough to make or weren't worth making. That would be fine. That might even be the case for the rest of the Ben Jordan video, for example, since I feel like it just might not be worth spending the rest of the time to create it. The problem is that I have good scripts that are finished that I still haven't made purely because I get all jazzed up about something else and I do that other thing instead. That is a problem. And I want to fix that. I'm going to try to fix that. And that's part of the motivation too behind all these different formats that I'm about to try. So that is the plan. Much more frequent videos, probably much less than an hour long, with much less scripting and more interaction with you by responding to your comments and reacting to videos you send me and tag me in the comments of on other platforms, which, by the way, my handle on literally every single platform is the same as it is on YouTube, @JoshMoneyDude. So let me know what you think about that. And also if there are any specific questions or videos that you'd like me to respond to. And now let's talk about why this channel is even still alive in the first place. Because you might remember me saying something like this, especially now that I only have a couple of months left to make this channel work, and it has been a few months. So why are we still here? Why are we still talking about the future? Why am I not giving up? Well, my friends, here's the thing. As you can probably imagine, as a former financial advisor, my standards for my own finances are like quite high. After all, I have in my brain all of the knowledge that I could possibly need to handle my own personal finances absolutely, or at least like arguably perfectly. So that is what I have expected of myself in the money related parts of my life. Perfection. Or very close to it. So I have always done things very, very well. I have always been on like a very good trajectory with my finances, always up and up. Even when my wife and I traveled for like 6 months straight, we got richer while we traveled for those 6 months and weren't even making any money from jobs. But I haven't had a salary for over a year now. So this will probably be the first year of my adult life in which not only do I not make a maximum IRA contribution, I might not make one at all, which is fine, but it's not ideal. It's not perfect. And as you know, I sort of like had a last gasp on this channel back when it had like 200 subscribers making the, how to fail at YouTube video. But that one happened to more than triple my subscribers. So suddenly there was kind of like a little bit of hope, So now that there is hope, I feel like the calculus kind of changes for me. So I had a bit of an epiphany recently, and I think the thought process might be useful for some people to hear. So here it is. When I was thinking about whether to call this channel quits or not, I asked myself, if one of my friends were in my exact situation with the channel and the finances and the life plan and all of that, what would I, as a finance expert, tell them to do? And I realized that if a friend of mine were in my exact situation, particularly financially, and told me they were deciding to quit this dream of theirs at this juncture, I would be like, dude, why? You don't need to quit. You could survive a long time on the savings that you've been stocking up for the past, 10 freaking years of extremely responsible financial life. That's the benefit of being financially responsible for so long. It's like now I have the opportunity to take a risk. And especially when I think that this could be something really cool, like that we could build something really cool here. Why would I give up on it when I've just gotten through all the hardest part? For a long time, I was getting like 17 views per video, right? That is nothing happening. That is like, yeah, you should probably quit if you've been doing it for a year and you only have like 17 views per video. But like, we're out of that stage now. Like we've got, videos with hundreds of views, videos with a few thousand, well, one video with a few thousand. The point is, there's hope now. And like, it would be so silly to give up on this dream of doing this for a living when I don't necessarily have to give up. Long story short, I feel like I actually had an error in my financial thinking where I needed everything to be at this like super high standard, but like that meant that I wasn't considering the benefits of taking this risk on this channel sufficiently. So even I can make mistakes. We're all culturally programmed in certain ways to behave in certain ways financially. And especially when you know what the best thing financially is, it's hard to be like, wait, no, I don't think I want to do the best thing financially. I think I want to take a risk. I think I want to make this happen, even if it isn't the financially optimal thing right now, because it could be awesome in the future. And that's because thanks to you watching this, something is happening here. Like, you are the thing that is happening here. You guys are here. That means something is happening. Like, it is completely contingent upon you guys being here. So thank you. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? I don't know. Anyway, the point is, I would rather burn half of my savings alive than give up on this channel now. And half of my savings could last like a pretty long time, especially if my portfolio keeps beating the absolute crap out of the market. Oh, but how? What? How did you do that, Josh? You said that was impossible. It is, kind of. It'll make sense when I explain it, which I totally will, because it will be interesting. Future video that I will post in not very long, maybe. So many videos to make. So many. So let's make them. Let's make videos. Let's go and make some stuff. Anyway, that's what I've been doing in my brain. It's wild in there, and soon it'll be wild right here in front of your eyes. So boink all the YouTube buttons, subscribe if you're new here. Holy crap, what a weird video to be your first one if that's the case. Comment your thoughts on all of these things, say hi to each other in the comments, and I will see you in the first real episode of Josh Money Season 3. See you there, friends.